Let's talk about the kind of weather that stops you in your tracks, the kind that makes you say, wow. These are the moments when the world outside your window transforms in an instant, and you can't help but feel small in the face of something so much bigger than yourself. Weather isn't just a backdrop to our lives. Sometimes it takes center stage, demanding our attention and respect. Nature reminds us who's in charge. One moment, a beautiful sunset paints the sky in gold and pink. The next, dark clouds roll in, and a storm transforms everything you thought you knew. The landscape you admired just minutes ago is suddenly unrecognizable, hidden beneath a veil of swirling snow and wind. It's a powerful reminder that, no matter how much we plan, nature always has the final say. In winter, nothing shows off that power like a massive snowstorm. These storms can sweep across entire regions, blanketing forests, mountains, and cities alike. The air grows heavy, the sky turns a steely gray, and the world braces for what's to come. It's a spectacle that's both beautiful and intimidating, a force that can bring life to a standstill. It starts with a single snowflake, drifting gently from the sky. Then another, and another, until millions are falling at once. Slowly, the ground disappears beneath a thick, white blanket. Trees, cars, rooftops. Everything is transformed, softened, and silenced by the relentless fall of snow. The world becomes quieter, almost magical, as if time itself has slowed down. But imagine a snowstorm so immense it buries cars and piles snow to the second-story windows. Streets vanish, homes become islands in a sea of white, and the familiar world is replaced by a landscape that feels almost otherworldly. This isn't fiction. It happened. People woke up to find their doors blocked, their cars invisible, and their towns completely transformed overnight. We're heading to a place where winter is a force of nature, Kamchatka, Russia. This remote peninsula is known for its wild beauty and extreme weather, where snowstorms are not just common, but legendary. Here, winter doesn't just arrive, it takes over, shaping the land and the lives of everyone who calls it home. This is the story of a storm so epic, it brought an entire region to a standstill and left everyone in awe. Roads disappeared, schools and businesses closed, and daily routines were put on hold. People banded together, helping neighbors dig out and sharing stories of the storm's fury. It was a moment that tested the community's resilience and spirit. The blizzard's force is staggering, wind howling, snow flying sideways, visibility near zero. It's a sensory overload, the sting of icy wind on your face, the blinding white that erases the horizon, the relentless roar that drowns out all other sounds. For hours, sometimes days, the storm rages on, making even the simplest tasks a challenge. The world is muffled, replaced by the roar of wind and the hiss of snow. Every sound is softened, every movement slowed. It's as if the storm has pressed pause on normal life, forcing everyone to wait, watch, and wonder when it will end. The landscape outside becomes both beautiful and intimidating, a reminder of nature's raw, untamed energy. It's humbling, forcing us to slow down and respect the planet's raw energy. In moments like these, we realize how small we are compared to the forces that shape our world. Yet, there's also a sense of wonder, a feeling that we're witnessing something extraordinary, a rare event that will be remembered for years to come. This storm became a benchmark, a weather event talked about for generations. Stories were passed down, photographs preserved, and memories shared around kitchen tables and firesides. It became part of the region's identity, a reminder of both the challenges and the beauty that come with living in such a wild, unpredictable place. One day, it's a crisp winter morning. The next, you're in the middle of history. The transformation is so sudden, so complete, that it almost feels like stepping into another world. It's a testament to how quickly life can change and how important it is to be prepared and to appreciate the calm before the storm. So grab some cocoa and let's dive into Kamchatka's epic snowfall, a true winter wonderland shaped by nature's power. As we explore this incredible event, remember, these moments of awe and challenge are what connect us to the world around us, reminding us of the beauty, the danger, and the wonder of nature unleashed. Where is this incredible place? A land so remote, so wild, that even many Russians have never set foot here. Kamchatka is a name that conjures images of mystery and adventure, a place where the world feels untouched by time. Look far east on the map, beyond the familiar cities and vast plains of Russia, past the Ural Mountains and the endless forests. Keep going, past Europe, past the frozen heart of Siberia, where the land stretches on and on, blanketed in snow for much of the year. And finally, at the very edge of the continent, you'll find the Kamchatka Peninsula, a finger of land reaching out into the Pacific Ocean. It's a land the size of California, jutting boldly into the Pacific, known as the Land of Fire and Ice. Here, the elements clash in spectacular fashion, creating a landscape unlike anywhere else on Earth. Over 160 volcanoes, 30 of them still active, define Kamchatka's dramatic skyline. These giants rumble beneath the surface, shaping the land with their power and unpredictability. Picture snow-capped peaks rising above steaming geysers, glaciers glinting in the winter sun, and hot springs bubbling through the ice. It's a place where fire and ice truly meet. The Pacific Ocean and the Sea of Okhotsk surround Kamchatka, fueling wild, unpredictable weather. Storms can roll in without warning, transforming the landscape in a matter of hours. Kamchatka is a haven for wildlife. Brown bears roam the forests, rivers teem with salmon, eagles soar overhead, and whales breach just offshore. Here, nature is both beautiful and untamed. The wilderness feels ancient, untouched by human hands, ruled by the rhythms of nature. In winter, the silence is profound, broken only by the wind and the distant call of animals. The people who call Kamchatka home are as resilient as the land itself. They are used to long, dark, frigid winters, where survival depends on community, resourcefulness, and respect for the elements. Snow is a constant companion for more than half the year, blanketing towns and forests alike. Life here moves to the slow, steady rhythm of the seasons. The main city, Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky, sits nestled among volcanoes on a beautiful bay, right in the path of Pacific storms. It's a place where modern life meets the raw power of nature. Residents here respect the weather. A calm, sunny morning can turn into a raging blizzard by afternoon. The sky can change from blue to white in minutes. Even in a place where snow is a way of life, this storm was beyond anything they'd seen in years. It tested the limits of endurance and preparation. Kamchatka's people are always prepared for the worst, but nothing could have prepared them for what was coming next. The storm would become a story passed down for generations. And that's where our story truly begins. A tale of survival, resilience, and the enduring spirit of Kamchatka. Now, the main event, the storm itself. This was no ordinary winter weather. It was the kind of storm that meteorologists dream of tracking, and locals hope never to see in their lifetimes. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation, as if the land itself was bracing for what was to come. This wasn't a typical snow shower. It was a monster, a force of nature that seemed almost alive. The wind howled through the valleys, carrying with it a wall of snow that swallowed everything in its path. People peered out their windows, watching as the world outside disappeared behind a curtain of white. Meteorologists watched in awe as cold Siberian air collided with moist Pacific air, creating a massive cyclone aimed directly at Kamchatka. On their screens, swirling patterns grew larger and more intense, signaling that something extraordinary was unfolding. The storm's path was clear. It was heading straight for the heart of the peninsula. Warnings went out across the region, urging people to prepare for the worst. But no one truly grasped the scale of what was coming. Some stocked up on supplies, others checked on neighbors, but most simply hoped the forecasts were wrong. The snow began, and didn't stop. Hour after hour, it fell with relentless intensity, blanketing the landscape in a thick, ever-deepening layer. Streets that had been busy just hours before were now silent, muffled by the constant fall of snowflakes. Winds whipped the snow into a blinding blizzard. Visibility dropped to zero. Drivers abandoned their cars, unable to see even a few feet ahead. The world shrank to the space of a single room, as people huddled indoors, listening to the storm rage outside. Within 24 hours, feet of snow had fallen. Roads, cars, and signs vanished beneath towering drifts. Entire neighborhoods were cut off, isolated by walls of snow that seemed to grow by the minute. The storm parked over the region, dumping ocean moisture like a fire hose. Moisture-laden clouds rolled in from the Pacific, feeding the blizzard and ensuring that the snowfall never let up. The coastline was battered by wind and snow, while inland, the accumulation only grew deeper. What made it historic wasn't just the total snow, but how fast it fell, several feet in a single day. Time-lapse cameras captured the ground, vanishing beneath a rising tide of white, as hour by hour, the snow piled higher and higher. The landscape changed overnight, the man-made world erased by nature. Familiar landmarks disappeared, and even the tallest buildings seemed to shrink under the weight of the snow. It was as if the region had been transported to another world. By the time the storm weakened, it had set records. News crews ventured out to measure the snow, their yardsticks vanishing into drifts. The numbers were staggering, totals not seen in living memory. Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky saw snow depths not recorded in decades. Residents emerged to find their city transformed, with snowbanks towering over cars and sidewalks lost beneath a frozen sea. This was a generational event, one for the history books. Comparisons were drawn to legendary storms of the past, but few could match the sheer scale and speed of this blizzard. The blizzard of the century had arrived, burying Kamchatka in a way no one imagined. From the air, the region looked like a vast, unbroken expanse of white, with only the faintest outlines of homes and trees visible beneath the snow. The cleanup was just beginning. Crews worked around the clock to clear roads and restore power, while families dug out their homes, sharing stories of the night the world disappeared. The region would never forget this storm. For generations to come, people would remember the blizzard that rewrote the record books and changed Kamchatka forever. When the sun returned, it revealed a world transformed, almost unrecognizable. Everything was buried. Cars entombed, buildings walled in by snow. Some drifts covered vehicles entirely, leaving only vague shapes beneath. Snow piled to second-story windows. Ground-floor apartments were plunged into darkness. Residents had to dig just to see outside. Snowdrifts towered overhead, creating canyons where streets once were. Doorways disappeared under drifts taller than a person. People tunneled out of their homes, carving narrow paths through the snow. Playgrounds vanished, the city's landscape smoothed into rolling white hills. Even snowplows struggled. There was nowhere to put the snow. Cleared roads became trenches, flanked by towering walls of white. The scale was overwhelming. This was excavation, not just cleanup. The city faced a monumental task, digging itself out from under a mountain. The images told the story better than any measurement. Kamchatka was buried, and the challenge was just beginning. When your world is buried, you grab a shovel. Life paused, but the people didn't. The days after the storm were all about digging. Everyone pitched in. Neighbors, families, even kids. The first goal, clear paths from homes to main roads. Residents dug walkways through snowbanks taller than themselves. Finding buried cars became an archaeological dig. Poke, dig, repeat. Daily routines vanished. Getting groceries meant trekking through hand-dug trenches. Schools and businesses closed. The city declared a state of emergency. Heavy machinery worked non-stop, but the snow seemed endless. Despite hardship, there was resilience, and even fun. Kids built snow forts. Some turned streets into ski runs. Neighbors helped each other, clearing paths for those who couldn't. The storm brought the community together, turning disaster into a display of spirit. For a while, Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky looked like another planet. Snowplows created towering walls, transforming streets into deep canyons. Walking or driving meant navigating narrow trenches flanked by packed snow. Sidewalks vanished. People carved tunnels and pathways through drifts. Some dug shortcuts right through snowbanks, creating a maze of snow tunnels. Getting to a bus stop meant climbing hand-cut stairs in the snow. These features defined the city for weeks, not days. As the sun worked on the snow, tunnels sagged and new obstacles appeared. For a brief time, Kamchatka was a city literally carved from snow. It was a marvel of necessity and creativity. Why does Kamchatka get so much snow? It's all about geography. Cold, dry Siberian air meets moist Pacific air, creating perfect conditions for heavy snow. The peninsula's mountains squeeze every drop of moisture from the clouds. That's why Kamchatka is one of the snowiest places on Earth. Not all snow is the same. This storm brought heavy, wet snow, dense and hard to move. A cubic foot of this snow can weigh 20 pounds or more. Multiply that by a city. Snow also insulates, keeping the ground warmer beneath. This sub-Nivean zone is vital for small animals who tunnel and survive under the snowpack. While the storm challenged humans, it was a lifesaver for Kamchatka's tiniest residents. Nature's extremes create both hardship and hidden shelter. In the face of overwhelming snow, Kamchatka's true story was community spirit. Strangers became teammates, neighbors became family. Young and strong helped the elderly, shoveling paths and sharing supplies. People with snowmobiles or off-road vehicles delivered medicine and transported doctors. Local businesses shared what they had. Free bread, hot tea, a warm place to rest. The hardship melted social barriers, uniting everyone in a common cause. The government worked hard, but the real recovery was powered by the people. In the chaos, the best of humanity shone through. Kamchatka proved that together, even a mountain of snow can be moved. Eventually, the digging slowed, roads cleared, and life returned. Slowly, the snow lingered, dominating the landscape for months. As spring approached, the city of snow canyons began to melt and change. Fences, cars, and benches reappeared, the world emerging from its winter cocoon. The retreat of the snow was gradual, but brought renewal and hope. Looking back, the hardship was matched by wonder. The storm was a humbling reminder of nature's power and beauty. Kamchatka's great snowstorm became a story of resilience and community. It's a lesson to appreciate the world's power and always keep a shovel handy, because you never know what the weather will bring.